What are 5 key questions you can ask yourself to overcome procrastination today to become a champion CEO? Hey, it's Andrew Houston here, tradie tips in the truck from Profit for Contractors. We help contractors get more freedom, more control, and more profits out of their business so they can literally get their profits to pay for their freedom. So let's talk about this for a second. I'm going to go a little bit deep into this because I think this is one topic that every single contractor, every single owner out there can establish and relate to as something that holds them back. So I want to talk to you a little bit about one of my mentors, Jim Rohn, and I love some of the examples that he's used to really hit home with the importance of overcoming procrastination. And I was thinking about it last night. So I was listening to Jim, old Jimmy there. I never got to meet him live personally, but I freaking love this guy. He's one of my top mentors that I look up to. Anyways, Jim was talking at this event, and one of the things he talked about was how do you overcome procrastination? And he used the mindset around the what if statement. So, for me, I'm looking at there's certain aspects of my business that I'm looking at growing, and one of the aspects is expanding my team. And so, I've been procrastinating a little bit on that. And so I took this mindset that Jim had elaborated about the what if. What if I executed on hiring, in this case, say, another salesperson or expanding the sales team? Like, what if? And I kept on asking myself this question. By this morning, I found I wrote down on a little piece of paper, just by bringing on one additional person and expanding the team, I came up with like almost $250,000 of what if. Like, what if we hired a person to help out on this front? What would happen? Then I asked myself, well, what if we hired 2 people? What if we hired 3 people? So amazing, within a very short period of time, I'm looking at opportunities here of in the hundreds, if not down the road, millions of dollars by looking at this what if statement. So for you, I want you to think about using this exercise. Ask yourself, if there's something that you're procrastinating on, what if you executed on it? What if you were able to, in this case, when we're running a business, what if you were able to get an A team or build even a better A team? What if you were able to take courses on business and become a champion CEO to get your business to pay for your freedom? What if you were able to, filter out the bad clients and have a system for that? What if you were able to become the prize in your area such that all the, other tradies in your area, are looking at you as the prize, right? And they want to come and work for you. What if? So you want to look at the what if statements because the what if statements help you prevent the other side of the coin of the question, which is if I had only. You don't want to look back in life going, if I had only done that, if I had only executed on that, if I had only improved my systems, if I had only gotten that knowledge that I needed, if I had only worked on my health, I wouldn't have had this situation. If I had only worked on my relationships. I mean, it goes beyond business. So the what if statement prevents the, if I had only statement. So I want to give you some tactics here. I talked about these 5 questions. So I've actually written them down. So I'm going to be referring to them here. These are really important questions to be asking yourself to avoid procrastination, backed by the what if statement. And so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go through them each at a time. And I would like you to grab a pen or paper. You can pause this video. If you're watching live, well, then just write it down as fast as you can. But you can always come back to this video. But you want to look at these questions anytime you're challenged with procrastinating. Anytime you're looking at hesitating and holding yourself back. Here's some of the questions you want to ask yourself. First question is, and this is we're going to counter these procrastination thoughts, okay, with looking at them the right way. So one of the very first thoughts that comes to mind is, I can just do it tomorrow, right? So one of the things we got to ask ourselves is what can I get started on now that will help me complete this project? Like, don't overcomplicate it, right? One step forward is moving forward. Always pushing something out till tomorrow. especially if it has a high return on investment or a potential really high what if, is not going to help you, right? If you don't do anything, you're going to get exactly that. You're going to get nothing, right? And tell yourself that, if you're thinking about, I can do it tomorrow, or, maybe I'll think about it, type of thing. You got to understand, you are the champion CEO. You are responsible for taking action on things. And, you're a reflection to your team as far as how they see you taking responsibility and how they see you, attacking and avoiding procrastination. Next thought that comes in the mind is, I don't have everything I need, so I'll just wait. Yeah, this is a trap, right? When it comes to procrastination. Ask yourself, what can I do in the next 10 minutes, guys, that will move me forward, that will move the needle, that will get me closer to the results I want? I didn't say the next 2 hours. I didn't even say the next 45 minutes. What can you do in the next 10 minutes? Okay? If you're telling yourself, I don't have time right now, what can you do in the next 10 minutes to move that needle forward, to overcome that procrastination? And the other thing you want to think about is that if you are telling yourself, I don't have time right now, ask this other question. Who else can help me, right? Who else can help me? So many times we put way too much on our shoulders as champion CEOs, and it holds us back. It causes us to amplify procrastination because we're wearing too many hats. So ask yourself, who else could help you with this? Who else maybe could you delegate this to so that it's at least moving forward? Next thought that comes in the mind sometimes is, I don't have the resources right now. A lot of times it's like, I don't have the financial resources right now. Well, here's what I want you to ask yourself, right? I want you to, say to yourself, even if you don't think that you have the resources right now, ask yourself, what would be the potential return on investment if I was to take action, if I was able to get this thing working for me? At Profit Contractors, we focus in on getting contractors to get their business to pay for their freedom. So you might want to ask yourself, like, what if, I was able to get some done for me systems and checklists, that would improve my bottom line, like in the next day or so? Like, what if, right? What if I was able to free up time to get one more Class A client, and what would that Class A client be valued to me? So when we're looking at resources and saying we don't have enough resources, first of all, look at, what is the ROI if I was to get this thing done? In parallel with that, you want to look at your business and go, what are some of the things that I'm freaking wasting my time on? What are some of the things that I can stop doing, that I need to eliminate, that could free up resources? Maybe it's financial things that, you look at your expenses as an example. You got all these things that you're paying for, and some of those things you don't even use anymore. It's like, the infamous, gym membership that we pay for, that some people pay for and they never go to the gym, right? I mean, seriously, you could put on a pair of shoes and go running, around the street if you wanted, if it's springtime like it is here in Canada and North America, right? So if I don't have the resources right now, make sure you reflect on what is the ROI, potential ROI of getting that thing done. Next thought that comes into mind. I just don't feel like doing this right now, right? Like we're feeling like, my mojo's not there. I don't want to make that phone call. I don't want to send that email, right? That is a thought that comes into our mind all the time. See, it's